Shalom. Today I want to speak a message that I have titled A Man After God's Heart. There is a question heaven is still asking today. Who carries my heart? Not who is gifted, not who is loud, not who is seen, but who carries my heart. Because you can have a platform without God's presence. You can have a gift without God. You can have a title without approval. But heaven does not respond to performance. Heaven responds to the heart. In the first book of Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7, the Bible says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at his physical stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord does not see as man sees. For man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." We are living in a generation that celebrates appearance over authenticity. A generation that celebrates results over relationship. A generation that celebrates activity over intimacy. But God is not embraced by what people applaud. He is moved by what he sees inside you. There was a king named Saul. This king had the crown, he had the height and the image, but he lost God's heart. 1 Samuel 15:22, the Bible says, "So Samuel said, Has the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to heed than the fat of rams." So God made a shocking statement. After this, he says, "But now your kingdom," in 1 Samuel 13:14, he says, "But now your kingdom shall not continue. The Lord has sought for himself a man after his own heart, and the Lord has commanded him to be a commander over his people, because you have not kept what the Lord commanded you." And who did God choose? God did not choose not a king, not a prophet, not a warrior, but a shepherd boy, and his name is David. So when Samuel went to anoint a king, he looked at the strong, the impressive, the image, the handsomeness, but God rejected them all. 1 Samuel 16:11, the Bible says, "And Samuel said to Jesse, Are all the young men here?" Then he said, "There remains yet the youngest, and there he is, keeping the sheep." And Samuel said to Jesse, "Send and bring him, for we will not sit down till he comes here." David, remember, he was not invited. He was not expected. He wasn't considered, but he was chosen. You can be overlooked by people and still be selected by God. So today, we are not just talking about David. We are talking about a kind of heart, a posture, a life. What does it truly mean to be a man after God's heart? Now, number one, to be a man after God's heart, you must seek God above all. So a man after God's heart seeks God above all. In Psalms 27 verse 4, "One thing I have desired of the Lord, that I will seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, to inquire in his temple." David was not chasing success. He was chasing God. He was pursuing God. Number two, a man after God's heart, he hungers for God. In Psalms 42, verse 1, David says one thing. He says, "As the deer pants for the water brooks. So pants my soul for you, O God. So God is not drawn to noise. He's drawn to hunger. There are dimensions in the spirit you cannot access unless you're hungry enough. Number 3, he obeys God fully. Acts 13, verse 22. And here's what the Bible says. And when he had removed him, he raised up for them David as a king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, who will do all my will. Remember, this is not partial obedience. This is complete obedience. So a man after God's heart, he obeys God fully. Number 4, a man after God's heart trusts God completely. He trusts God completely. 1 Samuel 17:45, the Bible here says, Then David said to the Philistine, You come to me with the sword, with the spear, and with the javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. So you see, David trusted God completely. He did not trust on his weapons. He didn't trust on the stones and the sling, but he trusted God. He says, I come to you in the name of the Lord. Let's look at how David fell. What happened? In 2 Samuel chapter 11, and I just paraphrase, David remained in Jerusalem when kings went to war. He saw Bathsheba, and fell into sin. What happened? Comfort replaced discipline. Idleness opened doors, and flesh overrode the spirit. Even great people can fall when disconnected from God. But the good news is, David rose again. In Psalms 51 verse 10, David says, Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. David did not justify himself. He repented deeply. It is not falling that destroys people. It is refusing to return. So why did God still call him a man after his heart? Here's the revelation. The reason why God called David a man after his heart is because his heart always returned. 2 Chronicles 16 verse 9, the Bible says, For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the earth, the whole earth, to show himself strong on behalf of those whose heart is loyal to him. So you see, God is not looking for, God is looking for not perfection, but God is looking for loyalty. You may have fallen, you may have failed, but you can rise again. You are not disqualified if your heart still responds to God. I want you to lift your voice and say, Lord, give me a heart after you, a heart that seeks you, a heart that returns to you, a heart that obeys you, a heart that loves you deeply. If you are saying, Lord, I want that heart, Lord, I want to return, Lord, I want you not just religion, just respond to God. This is not about shame. This is about alignment. And so God is still searching a man, is searching for a woman, is searching for a generation, not perfect, not flawless, but a generation or a man after his heart. You may fall, but if your heart is after God, you will rise again. God bless you. My name is John Wycliffe.